Hey boys, welcome back to the channel, and it's going to be a grand final preview discussion video. And I thought, you know what, grand final day, let's have a little talk about the big dance here. Panthers v Storm. It's got to be said, the best two teams this year. I know all the commentators, mainly Gould, just say that the Panthers have been the best all year. They won the minor premiership, but I think the Storm have been just as impressive as the Panthers, honestly. And it's going to be a very good game, I feel. I think, honestly, that the finals have been a little bit, I wouldn't say not disappointing. Like, they've still been very entertaining and enjoyable, but I feel like the intensity hasn't quite been there. But I feel this game, both forward packs are extremely strong. I'm looking at the teams right now, and yeah, they're strong. They're strong all across the park. Viliami Kikau is back, and he's had a couple of weeks off, which is probably worked in their favour, because Kikau, a fresh Kikau was extremely dangerous. The bench for the Storm, I will say, is definitely better. I mean, you look at it, Tyrone May, Brandon Smith. Tyrone May is a very good player. He's very versatile, but I mean, Brandon Smith is just an absolute dynamo off the bench. Kurt Capewell, Fasuma Ali. I mean, Big Tino, I think, has got a bit more impact than Capewell, even though, again, I like Capewell quite a lot. Moses Leota, Dal Finucane. Again, Leota has been exceptional off the bench, but Finucane is just a massive inclusion for the Storm. Looked pretty good last week. I mean, he's just, I wouldn't actually be surprised if they switch, late here and start with Dal Finucane and bring Solomona off the bench. Wouldn't be surprised. Personally, I think that's probably the better team to have Solomona coming off the bench as that impact player. But, I guess starting with Solomona, bringing him off after 20-25 minutes and then bringing him back on, it also works pretty well, but I don't know. We'll see what they do there. And then Tadavano, who has also been very good for the Panthers, up against Hines, who is just, he's sort of the Tyrone May of their team. Nico Hines. It'll be interesting to see if Bellamy uses Nico Hines at all, if there's not an injury. He's it'll be interesting to see, but I think Storm have the better impact on the bench. The forward packs are fairly equivalent. Very, very strong. Very strong. The dummy halves, these have been the best dummy halves of the year. I actually think Coruscant deserves the New South Wales spot. I don't think Fittler is going to drop Damien Cook, because I don't think Cook really deserves to get dropped, but I mean, if you're going on form, Coruscant has been better than Damien Cook this year, without a doubt. Honestly, I in general, I actually think Coruscant was a better dummy half than Cook in general. Cook, his running game is his biggest strength, but Coruscant has the running game as well. Coruscant is just an absolute gun, dude. But honestly, Cameron Smith, he's been better than Coruscant. I think people may disagree with that, but I think Smith has been the best dummy half all year. Closely followed by Api Coruscant. Both have been exceptional. The rest of the forward pack, there's strike, there's skill, there's gonna be some big collisions here. The wet weather, I don't know who the wet weather favors, honestly. The Panthers, I actually think it does sort of favor the Panthers, because the Storm, I think the Storm attack is much better than the Panthers this year. I think their ball movement has been very, very slick. Getting it out to the edges, the Storm have been just very impressive. But the wet weather, it just slows everything down. The Panthers, they're more of a sort of an up and down team. They get through their sets, they kick the ball well. Obviously, they're striking Stephen Crichton and Kikau out wide with the high kick. So I actually do think the wet weather favours the Panthers slightly, but I don't think it's that much. The back lines, I mean, again, very, very, very tough to sort of, what would you say, give an advantage to. Actually, I think the Storm just have the wood over them slightly. I think the centers in Olam and Lee, I don't know. I mean, Naden is back into the team. Stephen Crichton has been exceptional, but Naden's defense can be a little shoddy. But then on the flip side, Brenko Lee, very, very attacking, but his defense can be a little bit shoddy as well. And then the wingers of Vunivalu, Adokar up against To'o and Josh Mansour. Very different wing pairings. Like, they're both similar for their own team. I mean, Vunivalu, Adokar, very quick, very powerful. And then Mansour and Brian To'o, you know, very powerful kick returners, but not good in the air, or not great in the air, let's say. I'd say the Melbourne Storm Flyers probably have the wood there, but they're both very powerful, very tough to pick. I am pick like, it comes down to, I think the Storm overall have the advantage here. I think the experience, I think the big name players will stand up. And I think the Storm will win, and honestly, I want the Storm to win. Mainly, and I'm sorry, Panthers fans, but I just don't want Gould, and I don't want Fittler to be cock-a-hoot, dude. I cannot stand if the Panthers win and Gould acts like he's done this. I can't deal with it, dude. I want the Storm to win, and I think the Storm will win. But it's gonna. I'm not saying that with too much confidence, because the Panthers in this final series, I mean, the Storm have been much more. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? They've just been better in the finals, in my opinion, than the Panthers. But the Panthers, they're just in that winning form. You know, they haven't lost for a long time, and the couple of finals matches against the Roosters and the Rabbitohs, they easily could have lost those games, but they're just in that winning form. They're just winning those close games, even without looking that impressive. They're just finding a way to win. So, you know, they've just got that. They've just got that in the back of their minds that they know how to win. But the Storm, I mean, they've done it for a long time. They've been here before, and I'm tipping the Storm. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, when this video goes up, it's going to be pretty close to game time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm tipping the Storm. I'll see you guys after the final. I'll do a review and a discussion, but should be a good game. Hopefully, you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.